In the last patch, new oddities were added for the 4 maps for the chibi and boy type characters start on, so I've made a quick guide including the new ones, as well as all the old ones for any new players that haven't done them yet. To start, Melon Munch. There's some watermelons in a bag chilling in this river, and it's your job to find out who left them there. Turns out they were left there by the rather unfortunately named Pottery, and once you have the melons in your inventory, just talk to him and give them back. Next up is Hoop It Up. Talk to Dennis and say that you want to play around. Your skill bar will change, and all you need to do is use skill number 1 on the objects from the other side of the fence. Doesn't matter which ones you target, you just have to hit 10. For Fairy Descends, this one takes a little bit of time, so I've actually got most of it on fast forward. Step 1 is to talk to Toby and tell him that you can take care of his flower. Basically, you just need to run to these 3 points and take some time to watch the buffs count down until you get the buff for the flower. After you have all 3, head back to Toby and watch the fairy descend. For Woolly Shear Show, talk to Alex and tell him that you're here to help. He'll give you some hay which you can use on a docile sheep nearby. These are the regular field mobs. Once you've got a sheep following you, run until you're at one of those mats, and they'll change into a different kind of NPC and your skill bar will change. You have to use the shear skill 10 times within 1 minute. If you run out of time, and I did the first time because I was having difficulty targeting the sheep, you can talk to Alex again to get more hay and lure another sheep over, and as long as you do that within 1 minute, you actually will be able to keep your stacks from your previous attempt. And for the final new oddity, We Stand Together, step 1 is to talk to Vina. She'll ask you to make a delivery to the trade assembly. This is the area right next to the teleporter. Run there with your cart before the timer runs out, and you'll actually see a little location indicator, which is something you don't see a lot in these oddity quests. Once you reach the spot, her friends will greet you. And that completes this quest. That's all for the new ones. From here on out, it's just the old oddity quests in case you haven't finished them. For Immortal, talk to Roger. Tell him that you'll keep an eye out for Tana. He'll give you a horn. She's hiding over here on a rock, just slightly out of the map zone. Talk to her and select the option to blow the horn, and then watch the cutscene to end this oddity. For age is not a problem, talk to Willy. He's got a crush on Greta, and age is a problem. choose the option to tell her how you feel. Run over here to Greta, give her the letter. She'll give you a letter in response. Turns out she's already married and widowed. Give that letter to Willy to crush his dreams, rightfully so. For Flowery Memories, pick up the notebook to learn about bluebell bouquets. The bluebells are around up here. You can gather 5 of them and then fuse them into a bouquet. Then, nearby, there's a tombstone that you can offer it at to trigger a cutscene, which at the end of, you will get your achievement. For Moonlighting, talk to Amy and offer to run errands for her. She'll give you some money to take to Roger to buy 10 cloth. After you've got the cloth, return to Amy to turn it in. In Inequality, Novita is worried about something, so ask what he's worried about. He tells you that he wants to sell some mushrooms so that he can buy something. Take it over to Willy and ask him if he's willing to buy it. He will. Return to Novita and tell him that you sold the mushrooms to let him down with how little his mushrooms were worth. To beat Holy Tree's grace, talk to Lorraine and tell her to leave it to me to get a camera. You can right-click on the camera to auto-path to the location where you need to take the picture. After you take the picture, a new item will be added to your inventory. Return to Lorraine and tell her that you've taken a picture of the holy tree. For Knowledge is Power, Lewis has asked you to deliver textbooks to 3 of the children. The 3 children that he wants you to take it to are actually NPCs for other oddity quests on the map. We've already done Nobita's, so you should remember where he is, but here's the map anyway. Next up is Sue. And finally is Haley. And while we're over here, let's have some fun with Sue and Haley. To start, talk to Sue and tell her that her food smells really good. She'll give you some to take over to Haley just across the way, and you can hand it over to make a small child suffer. But it's time for payback. Talk to Haley again and ask her what happened. She'll tell you that she wants to use some spicy powder to make something bad for Sue, I guess? Find the spicy powder. Bring it back to Haley to make spicy meatballs. Take the spicy meatballs to Sue. And watch her not react in the slightest. When you report back to Haley, she'll taste them and find out that Sue was actually just playing with her. Unfortunately, Sue has won this round as well. Now, for Alchemy Ethics, there's actually a problem with one of the items, so it doesn't actually give you the full directions in-game. To start, talk to Lamia to get the formula. Unfortunately, it's truncated, so I've put the full recipe on the screen here. You'll need 2 seeds, 1 liquid, and 2 plants. The plants that it's looking for are the bluebells that we used in an earlier quest. The liquid and seeds can be found in the box next to Lamia. After you've got all the items, target the alchemy pot and, in this order, add both your seeds, then add liquid, then stir quickly, then add both your plants, and then stir slowly. The hotkeys are on screen. And that is all for the Stardust Island oddities, including the new ones. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I was able to help you out.